As you guys know, or might not know, this isn't the first time Andrew works for Hoyoverse. He also voiced our boy Ide. Yes, the pointy finger guy. So we're gonna talk about that because that's how he knows me. Which is why I was literally able to just go in his chat while he was streaming and be like, "Yo, wanna pull?" And he's like, "Sure." So yeah, the Ide video. I remember recording it like quickly, like at 1 a.m. before going to sleep. I was thinking like, man, you know, this is really funny. I'm gonna make this video, and I think at least a few people are gonna like it. And from then on, man, like the interactive map has never been the same again. It's just been
never
so many references and everything. So I was wondering, like, what was your initial reaction when you first heard about this? Because obviously, like, you must have seen the script and everything and acted it out and saw how it appeared in the story and were like, yeah, you know, I'm voicing this very tragic, complex character. And then you see this. What was your initial reaction?
It made me so happy.
Yeah?
I have no idea. Ide was a throwback to all professional theater and Shakespeare and all that sort of work. So
Okay.
I pulled in some Shakespeare stuff to Ide, and then I got this character and I did this whole thing, and I was super excited about it. And, you know, I finally get to like have this goofball sort of energy, but like contained in a Shakespeare character. It was a lot of fun. And then there's the unhinged side that were like, let's put him in a freaking scuba outfit and stretch out his arms. Like, I'm like, yes, he's a meme now. That meme potential, the silliness, the stuff that people do to the characters. That's the stuff that I love to see, because there's a video that like I watched like 800 times.
The one where he goes, "Look at me."
Yeah, it's like, he's like, "Look at me." I was like all worked up. I was all heated up, almost in tears recording that line. And then to see it, somebody be like, "Look at me," and it's like, boom, boom, boom.
God of wisdom, look at me.
That's my humor. That's the chef's kiss. That's beautiful.
I really love how you got what you wanted, you know, like you as a person, you do have this humoristic tendency. And even though you were doing a very tragic character, you still got what you wanted. And in a way you would have never expected. Now we're at Boothill, you know, and this is, and would you say that Boothill is the closest to who you are as a person?
Oh, to say the least. The thing about Boothill that I think is very relatable to me just on the surface is that unless I'm like smiling or like goofing off, most of the time I'm kind of got this, I don't know, serious demeanor about me. But on the inside, I'm goofy, sugar honey, snickerdoodle. Yeah.
Son of a nice lady. Nice as hell.
That's right. Don't talk about my mama like that, boy. You know, my research for him included watching all of the spaghetti westerns.
Okay.
And at first I was like, we're going to go like full Clint Eastwood on this, you know, but like that doesn't work, especially because he's like such a goober. So like I had to find this line. Then it's sounding too much like Cassidy.
Or someone from Red Dead Redemption 2, you know?
Or yeah, exactly.
You didn't want to go too much in that direction.
Those characters are already done and everybody loves them. So the goal is to try to not imitate them, but to create your own version of it. And that was like my focus the whole time. And the way to do that was bringing in my personality and being a goober.
So from what you're saying, like you do have an amount of creative freedom when it comes to the character you're voicing, right?
Not always though. Like, you know, you got to bring yourself to the table, and like that inspires you know, the voice direction, and you know that also is complementary to the team that's working on it. So like creating these characters comes to life is because I'm looking at it from this perspective and he's looking at it from a whole overarching perspective of how is this going to blend in the world and how is this going to blend with the characters.
And that's what the voice director kind of focuses on, right? He wants to make sure that all the pieces kind of come together. So there's more than just thinking about one character at a time. It's really all of them as a whole.
Exactly. I can bring my goofiness to the table, but he either has to bring me up or bring me down.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't even get the other person's lines. Like I didn't know I was talking to who I was talking to at the end of 2.2. There's pieces that we're getting of these puzzles that we have no context on, and sometimes neither does the director. So that's up to you as the actor going in to understand a cold read, understand like, hey, I need to sell this, whatever this moment is.
Does that result in you and the other voice actors kind of like sometimes theory crafting about what the scene might be or who you might be talking to?
Yeah, for sure, dude. And then oftentimes we're also all tied to NDA, so we don't really
Of course,
even
yeah.
we don't even talk to NDAs to each other. So we're just like, what did you record? Something. Our lunches are the most vague, strange lunches. We're just like standing at each other, just kind of like.
So about today.
So about the thing.
The thing. How do you
They're
think
like,
that thing's going?
the thing. It's like, no, not that thing. The thing. They're like, no. And again, like that's ties back to like we often don't even see the other lines. Sometimes they'll give us contextual clues, but when we say we don't know, 90% of the
You
time
actually don't.
we actually don't.
But honestly, that's really cool to a certain degree because that means you can actually experience the story like other players. You know, obviously, like when you're a game developer, for example, and you work on a game for 3 years, it comes out, you see a rock in the environment, you'll be like, I know exactly who made the pack of these rocks and placed them all over the level, right? Like there's this certain thing where you don't have that same experience. But I mean, it seems to me like when voice actors play the game, like they are literally just like us. If anything, just more curious.
Yeah.
I was wondering about the whole thing with you kind of saying slurs, but not really. I mean, sorry, insults. For example, mother fudging and things like that. Like, was that part of the script? Was that like actually given to you by the director? Or was that something you kind of like added, sprinkled in with your personality, contributed to it?
Again, a little bit of all.
Okay.
So in the beginning, like son of a nice lady and some of the early stuff that was there. I think as we were going through, the more serious we took it, the better it was. He's genuinely getting frustrated that he can't cuss. Like he's trying his best. And, you know, he's over there like, oh, you know, like, he's like, I can't do it. Like, I'm trying to say every time I say it, just, you know, like, he just can't do it. So, like, taking it as seriously as possible and, like, him saying, like, I'm gonna take you out, you fudging forker. You know, like, it's the weirdest thing ever, but the more serious you take it, the better it turns out.
That's a very good point.
Have you ever seen Liar Liar? It's this movie with Jim Carrey
where he's like trying he can't lie pretty much throughout the whole movie, and every time he tries to, there's this frustration. Yeah, it's a classic.
So that's kind of what it was in my head, and that's where a lot of that came from. There's this scene where he's in his office, and he's trying to say the pen is blue. And he's like, the pen is red. Like he's doing like this funny bit. So like all of that stuff, it kind of is a light version of that. Every time I say fork this, you know, like he's like almost saying it, but he's like, oh God, so close. If you were to just listen to it straight, you just hear him going, fork, yeah. You know what I mean? Like if you just like don't think about the fact that I just said fork, it
kind of sounds like it
works.
too. It does work. It works very well.
And very oftentimes, I would probably end up saying the actual thing first, so that I could get like how that would actually feel. Yeah. And then deliver the line with the actual wording. I did notice, so like later on, and they trickled in a ton of this stuff. So whoever's writing over there is just going ham, and I love them for it. Like, I had to stop the session a few times because I was laughing so hard. You know what it was? The one that made me laugh the most, it was a live thing, and Owlbert Boothill gives him a call, and he, like, goes on this paragraph, all of these model fudging, forking, like, all this, he just keeps going.
So why are you still spinning all those sweet, fine, fudging, shirt-bagging, slippery-tongued tall tales?
That one cracked. That one killed me. I was like, they're just going in.
Took a few takes.
Whoever's writing this stuff over there, you keep up your amazing good work.
The localization team at Hoyverse is always cooking, man. They really do hire the best. Like, who would have thought about muddle fudging or forking, you know, things like that. So it's absolutely just awesome. And I think it's one of the people's favorite thing. In fact, me, when I saw Boothill, ever since I've been playing English dub, because I'm like, I'm missing out on so much, man. If I'm not playing it in English, I was laughing my ass off throughout the playthrough, and my chat loved it too. It's just, it adds so much to the experience, and it made me want to pull for him, you know? That's why we're here today.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here, baby.
How's our polls looking here?
Okay, so here's what I did. I was guaranteed Fushuan, just got her before you came on. So I'm at literally 0 pity.
Oh my
0
God.
pity, Boothill. 0. I think like I'm like 10 weapon banner.
Go back in the corner, boy.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this, man.
I
Let's do
believe
this.
in you.
Maybe if I play the song real quick. First 10, baby. Like right here, usually you can tell. Let's do it. 30. 40. We're not using the funds yet.
All right, here we go.
50. Not yet. Boothill's playing hard to get. 60. We gotta wait till Andrew starts singing. Okay. Let's go! The way he rides. It's not it. It's not it. 70. Right here. Has to be it. This is it. Come on. No, it's not. We're going to hard pity today, boys. Let's go, guys. 80. Let's go. I'm gonna show you the rainbow. It's right here. You see? I mean, it's not.
Come
You know,
on, holy fucker.
this is it. This is it. This is a 5-star.
Let's go.
Come on. Come on.
Yes.
Come
Wait
on.
a second.
We gotta win the 50-50. Yeah. Come on.
I'm gonna go and call you a dirty little biscuit.
You did a little soggy biscuit. Come on. Let no! I thought we won! I got baited so hard.
I don't even know who that is. I've never seen that character before.
I have, dude, and honestly, like, people make fun of Yan Ching because it is the worst character meta-wise. But man, I saw that Hunt logo, I was like, no way. My favorite character, Yan Ching, has showed up for like the 3rd time.
Listen, at least you know next time.
Yeah. Hey,
gonna
what if
work
it's
out.
early though? What if it's early? Listen, I'm not gonna fool myself. Let's go. Let's use all of them. We have 18,000 J's, guys. We're at 70 though.
This is it. This
No,
is it.
it's not. It's
it's
gonna be
not.
another
Oh my
hard
gosh.
pity. 80-80. Both pities were 80. We lost, and then we're about to get him now. This is it?
Buddy.
Come on.
Yeehaw. Come home, Boothill.
Come here, baby.
Boy. Holy fuckeroni.
Let's go.
Dude, this is it. Get out of here. What?
No one invited you. Where's Boothill? Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So now we're going to try to get the light cone. We don't have much left. Hopefully we can get him. If we don't, hey, I'll make sure we do. Anything for shark teeth, boy. I get comments sometimes because I have the same teeth as Boothill on my model.
Hey, you do.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
And they're like, Mujin ate rocks as a kid. Let's go. All right, 20. We're at 20 right now. Not yet. 30. And this isn't even guaranteed. Okay, heading into 40. Come on, please.
Dude, just end our pain.
Oh my god.
No. Oh my gosh, dude.
This is it. It doesn't matter
We've
where
all
we're
been
at.
waiting for.
In any case, we're getting it now.
This is not your day, bro.
No, man. I got the man himself here. I don't care. It's all good. We're about to do it against all odds. I'd rather do that than to get it easy.
Sailing towards that second life.
Yeah. Let me just I'll be right back.
Come on.
Come on.
This is it.
It's not even it. Holy moly.
Wait, your magic number of the day is 80, right? Oh my god.
This should
So
be
is it then.
this should be it. This actually like should be scientifically it.
For science.
For science. There we go.
There we go.
Holy
Sailing home for freedom, boy.
Show up, you mother fudger. Show up in that
Fudger.
that little light cone of yours where you're sitting there all graceful and elegant. Come on. Let's go.
Yes. Oh. Thank you, RNG Bus.
Yes.
Dude, we did it.
Against all odds, guys, we did it. Wasn't this more exciting than just getting it easily? Come on. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we wanted to go 260 pulls in to get them both.
For one character. That is insane. Fucking shit, bro. I can't believe he showed up. We got Boothill, though. That is what matters. Look at him. Look at him looking at you with this cowboy hat of his. Now, I guess I'm going to let the chat ask some questions if you're down.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm sure you get this question a lot. Like, probably everywhere there's a Q&A. And I think it's a common question to ask a voice actor, but I've seen this question asked a few times in the chat. What would be like, a piece of advice or recommendation or something like you found works for you or worked for you or worked for some of your colleagues into kind of like starting a career in voice acting?
Generally speaking, I mean, you could find a billion bits of information all over the web on this. Sites like iwannabeavoiceactor.com. YouTube is a great resource, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. What I'm going to tell you that's different is you need to experience life. And what I mean by that is for any form of acting, and specifically with voice work, if you're going in and trying to fake something that you haven't experienced, it's never going to be as authentic feeling as if you had something that you can relate to in life. Not like saying go method, but like just having the experience of growing up and getting out there and going to parties and hanging out with friends and having that feeling of like, oh, this is what it feels like. Getting life experience outside of the thing that you want to be doing and pretty much whatever you're doing is going to be a fundamental part of what comes to the table when the time comes.
Because it makes you who you are.
Yeah. And you can train all you want. Anything you can do to get your voice working, get your instrument tuned, and start doing the thing. And also paying attention to real life, like going out and touching grass. You know what I mean? Which is hard for us gamers. But listen, you have to do it. Just diversify your mind and start getting in class and live your life and bring those experiences into your acting, and you're going to do it, but just do it. That's the biggest thing people don't do. They go, oh, I want to do that. And then they don't. Yeah,
they accumulate a lot of resources about voice acting, but then they never actually take the first step to actually do it. But that's a
or
very
even
good
they
point.
just forget about it. Like they're like, oh yeah, I did that for like a week, and like this isn't a week thing. This is like I've been grinding for almost 8 years in voice acting alone. And then I was in theater. I did a Broadway tour. I was in theater for 8 years before that. So it's a long game for sure. It's the whole traditional, it's a marathon, not a sprint, that whole thing. You hear it all the time, but that's true. And it's a long game. So you got to know that there's people, and you're going to be competing against people who have been doing this for that long. So you need to get to their level of like, what are they doing? Like, just start. And you can't do that unless you just start and do it every single day.
Someone asking, what's it like navigating life as two voice actors with you and your wife? I'm sure it gets very busy sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it's very busy. It always has been, though, because we both have always been acting. So we've been together for 15 years, and we've been married since 2015. So almost, 9 years.
Yeah, 9 years, 10-year anniversary coming up.
And we've figured out that whole navigation, and we're each other's biggest cheerleaders. So it's a really cool experience to navigate this life with somebody who understands exactly what the other's going through.
Absolutely.
Or the difficulties that lie with it. And she's amazing.
Yeah, that must have been awesome. Like, because you voiced Ide first, and then she got the part as Navia, right? So it must have been such a cool moment. You're like, oh my God, we're both going to be in Genshin now.
Yeah, it's cool. Cause I like refused to play through my Ide stuff until I had Navia. And it was just like
that's so cool.
Playing as Brenna, talking to me at the same time while I'm streaming. Like, it was like mind melt.
Yeah, that must be crazy. You're playing a quest in which you're voicing a character, and then the character you're playing is your wife.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
Pretty bonkers.
What was your favorite Boothill voice line?
One of the first things I recorded was when we first showed up to that hotel, And he's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, I'm Pom Pom." And that is such an absurd thing. Like, he could have chosen anybody,
Yeah.
But he chose Pom Pom. The Screw Up a Boo caught me off guard. It took me like 6 times to say, because I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "What is it?" Like, I had to really try to figure out what he was actually trying to say there. That helped.
What was he actually saying there? Actually, screw up a boo.
It's up to your own interpretation on what that actually is. But for me, it would be son of a. I really like the line that he has in the trailer where he's like, "Make sure you aim for the heart."
When it's time to shoot, quit yapping. Lock and load, or dig your own grave. Of course, remember to aim for the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line is sick.
Love it. I love also when he says, "Start shooting and quit yapping."
Start shooting, quit yapping. It's kind of true to all of these games these days. They're like, "Why do you keep talking?"
Where is the skip button, Sunday? God damn. I heard about this bird 1,000,000 times. Some people in my chat are curious to see what you think about my model. So typically, like, when you commission a VTuber model, right, you get the artist to do it, and then you hire a rigger who will kind of like give it like the expressions, the movement, and everything. And so, you know, me and my rigger agreed, like, listen, let's add bald, let's add glasses, let's add a bunch of stuff. But then they added something without even me asking, right? Which was this.
Oh my good green. Why?
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. He was looking kinda dumb with his finger and his thumb and his spade of a nail on his forehead. Booyah! Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, boy.
I was not expecting to get a whole Shrek movie song cover, but I'm so glad. Canon Boothill Shrek cover. That sounds like something he'd do, honestly. So yeah, my chat wanted to see your reaction. That was amazing, and but I had an amazing time with you, man. It was wonderful having you on, and yeah.
We'll see you around, and we'll catch you later, dude.
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
on the next pointing video.